We started building in November of 2019, and it's been a lot of fun to look back on all of the jobs that we did along the way, starting from rolling a trailer in here and subfloor, putting the walls up, siding. It's just wild that it all came together and we get to live here now. So we wanted to put together a montage to reflect on everything that happened along the way. And we hope you'll enjoy it as much as we do. Here we are doing some leveling. We are screwing in the subfloor. Do you have any comments on the subfloor?
It's been a bit of a challenge here and there, but otherwise going quite well, and beautiful sunny day.
They'll go right through the steel framing. On like that. Look at that. Woo. Okay, we're building our first wall this morning. We've measured and measured again. It's going to be this front kitchen wall. Going to make the very first cut on our first piece of track.
Time to test fitting the window into our rough opening. Away we go.
Hope it fits. Bam.
And the total height, which is the jamb and the flange here, is 4 5/16 total, which added up here. Plus tallest store, which is 80 1/16 plus the 4 5/16 gets you the total of 84 3/8.
This morning we're building the first wheel well wall that's going to go up and over this wheel well. We've made enough walls that we finally have a pile going over here.
Happy New Year. Back to building some walls. Just got to finish up the rough opening on this one. Throw in some cripple studs. Done. And then on to this wall, and the roof.
Just a few left.
Minor. So that's the total height with the flange. And then over here, we got our total width down here, which is 2 doors together. And then added the 2 inches for the jamb as well. So now we have our final rough opening size about right here.
The French door and the one we were most worried about getting the calculations right, we just finished the wall panel. So there's the window that sits over top of the French door opening, which sits over top of the wheel well. And we did it. We're done. Final measurements. How are you on the line over there? There should be a line.
I'm pretty damn close to the hole, that's for sure.
Okay. We just had an epic math session to figure out the length of these 2 kings on either side of the doorway. but we've reached an agreement. It may not be the correct agreement, but we're in agreement on what length we're going to cut. And then we'll see if it's square.
Our plan today was to start standing the walls up, but unfortunately the weather is not cooperating.
Yes, I'm wearing a bicycle helmet.
How are you feeling about the wall raising?
So far, nerves are calming down. It's a lot less crazy than we thought, but we do have a couple of intense sections of wall to put in yet.
We are moving along. Only these two major wall panels to go up, plus the small walls that are going to go on the bump out.
Alright, welcome to the roof. Finished all the strapping on the walls on the outside. Now it's on to building the roof.
We have the roof about half done. And here's our view of sunset.
Welcome to the top of the roof. Attaching our trimmers for the egress roof window in the top of our slanted roof section. Walking towards the front of the house here. Really get a feel for the inside without the track pieces we had holding either wall plumb.
We nearly have this roof covered. Here's the last bit of roof on the bump out. We are going to put in our first window in this hole we made. The roof is fully prepped for its first layer of seal. We're just waiting for it to dry out after that rain.
Whew. Almost there.
The house is starting to look pretty real inside because now we have our interior wall and the loft that is going to be in this side of the house. This is the last time we will see the framing of the house from the outside. It's getting wrapped today. How do you feel about that?
Stoked to have the tarps off.
How did you feel about our house wrap day today?
It's nice to see what we got done because it was a little bit harder than we imagined, of course, as most of the jobs have gone with this project. But yeah, relieved that we were able to do what we got done here.
Nice. Nice. Good work. Okay, we're gonna have to shim the whole thing up a little bit just to hit the top.
It's been a fun weekend, fun day. House wrap removed from that. Putting in windows is super fun. And yeah, stoked to get some siding done after we get all the rough openings done up.
Few windows left to install. Here we are, trimming the windows. Dakin's done this whole side already.
Well, we're shedding water.
We have the French doors in, which is a pretty big moment because now our house has a set of keys. It's really looking like a little house in here. It's pretty exciting. We also have a very important development in that we now have our weather station.
Just started on the siding. 2 pieces down, a few more to go.
Coffee cam.
We finished the siding up to the ledger on the front of the house.
Well, the weather had different plans for us this weekend. We got through most of the siding we had left over. Just obviously, as you can see, bump out roof. Little piece above that, trim flashings to do obviously. One tiny little piece on the back, but we're almost done. We get a clear weekend next weekend. Job will be finished.
It's done.
Woo!
It's been raining for weeks here. We're so happy to be dry inside, to work on the inside now.
Something we really felt that we wanted to have was a big kitchen sink. Mostly because we like to bring in a lot of stuff from the garden, and it gets the counters so messy when you're washing and preparing vegetables that you bring in from the garden. So we got a big sink.
Relaxing, having a glass of wine. Try not to think about the electrical.
Yeah, just enjoying a nice, beautiful, dry, and also sunny afternoon. sheds around a lot of interior work. Just need a break from that stuff. Cheers. Enjoy it.
Here are the stub outs for the bathroom sink. Coming up from outside. And stub outs for the kitchen.
Just finished the hookup for the shower here at the back. So look kind of what's going on underneath for the plumbing. This has been hard at work all day down there.
Hanging some outlet boxes today. Here's the kitchen. This area here that doesn't look like much at the moment is us getting set up for building our lanai here. Here's the pile of steel we will be making our deck out of. Having a coffee on the lanai at the bar. We just ran our first wire. What are your first impressions?
Easier said than done, but that's always most things. But we're learning as we go. Today, we're gonna work on putting our lanai roof on. Span from our ledger here on the top of the tiny, or the side of the tiny, over to our metal ledger here.
We're surviving and watching some bird baths on our little break here.
These are our circuit breakers. We have 5 of them. Just getting them kind of eyeballed onto the main panel that we have here, just to see how they pan out. And they're a little fickle to get on, but just getting a feel for it.
We have a couple more straps to put on, and it always blows our mind how long blocking takes, but we've finished blocking at the points that are going to hold the solar panels on the roof. And maybe 1 more hour. So roof on the lanai, and our solar system is being delivered tomorrow. We made this shed, which is going to be for the components of the solar setup. And the inside is fully wired up thanks to Dakin wiring in all the outlets. Oh, so nervous. Okay. Is the hole the right size?
Too small is better than too big.
Oh!
The beauty.
It's perfect.
Nice work.
Look at that. Done the interior covering on the ceiling and some of the walls. We've got to finish up the edges and stuff, but nearly done. And did a good amount of cedar planking, which is really fussy and time consuming, but it looks beautiful. It smells beautiful.
Walls are going up. Got a few more big panels on. A couple small ones down below. Even to the side.
Coming along.
Well,
How's trim?
trimming along.
Here's the loft, all trimmed out. And we worked our way around this side. Started some of the trim on this side of the skylight. And the next thing we're going to do is trim out the bump out along the roof, this section, and down in here. We finished laying all the plywood on the floor yesterday, and the seams have been caulked. Today we're going to paint it. It's gonna be green. Here's an example of a DIY. So crazy it just might work. We're getting this far in the book, which must mean we're getting close to being done. No new book.
Hi everybody. Doing some electrical wiring here in the main panel. So far I got, what's that, 2 circuit branches done. We did a bed in the bath, which follows this. Goes to this breaker. That's the hot to the breaker, then to the neutral bus bar and the ground bar. This giant wire goes to what you may remember as our grounding electrode. This is coming in from our soon to be inverter in the solar shed.
These are the finished countertops. That's the bar top window, and we'll make a separate smaller countertop that just goes along that outside and covers the rough opening. And this is the counter for the stove. And we used this piece that came out of the middle of this countertop to make this tiny countertop.
What are we up to today?
Today we're putting the decking on our back lanai.
Ooh. We have running water.
Bar's open. Our first battery getting set into the shed. How are you feeling?
Charged. We're all good. We have 120 volts alternating current, or 120 AC going. Got our main breaker on. Everything's still 120 AC volts. First one we're going to try here is our smoke detector and lights.
And some of our lights might be on because we don't know what's what with the switches.
I don't know if the switches are on or off, but here we go.
Oh, a light came on over here! The big moment. We have been harvesting solar energy for this. Woohoo! Doing dishes in there.
First round ever. Certainly not the last, because it's a nice spot. Views this way, got views that way.
Just on the edge. And then this gets flipped as the back. This part's the back. You said you wanted to feel like a little kid, right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about building? Favorite moment versus favorite stage?
Well, I throwing the walls up and framing was the initial fun part. And certainly being able to get our own roof over our head, literally. And then jumping ahead to getting the interior looking nice and flipping some lights on it.
Yeah, the lights was a big moment. I was gonna say raising the walls was definitely one of those really memorable moments in my mind because I just couldn't believe that everything fit together.
What we had on paper actually worked in
Yeah.
practice.
It was a moment of, wow, we could actually do this.
Good confidence booster.
Yeah, we got all the walls to the right size and somehow everything just fit together perfectly. I just could not believe it.
In contrast, what made you feel like we were never going to have our own time?
Well, I don't know if I ever felt like we were never going to finish it, but there were some jobs that were just really not enjoyable, like crawling around under the trailer. Just anything involving that is my least favorite job.
Managing 3 to 4 tarps in the rain and stuff down there.
Yeah.
Brutal.
The day we got rid of the tarps was a good day.